Waiting on you, James.
You ain't waiting on me. You
Like you ain't say shit, so I'm just like, well, come on.
You said I'm waiting on you. You ain't say shit. Come on, what's up, y'all? Y'all are tuned in to a new edition of Transcending the Culture. Oh damn, he popped in real early. Look, you see him down at the bottom?
Huh?
You see Charles Anthony down at the bottom? Oh,
No.
it probably don't show you on your side. I'm gonna actually go ahead and introduce him in. So our guest is here. I told him 6:30, but he here. It's cool. And he your time. Central time.
Okay. So
But
he on time.
yeah, but anyway, what's up, y'all? This is your boy James. I am here with my girl Schoolboy, and you are here for a fresh edition of Transcending the Culture. This is episode number 5. Listen, we are booming, we are growing, we are like really peaking right now. Turned on YouTube on the TV last week, and our show was like the first thing that I saw. Man, y'all just don't know how excited I was in that. So
You
we
was
are
excited.
listen. Say something to the people, Schoolboy. What's up?
I'm calm. You know what I'm saying? It's Saturday. If you follow me this week, you know I lost my job. I ain't got no job. I'm out here like Tommy on Martin. Okay, I'm damn near probably gonna be on somebody's side of the road with a can jingling it.
No,
Soon.
no. You ain't lose
Got
no
my
job.
wheel crack
They
jokes for food. You know. So
I
but it
think
actually was a blessing getting fired because I just hated going to that job anyway, and I didn't
yeah.
really, I didn't gel with it, so it was actually a blessing to go ahead and get fired. Well, no, in their terms, laid off, because they
No.
were getting rid of the position. It's like, okay, and that's what you want to say, but I'm just go ahead and get my unemployment and look for another job. In the meantime, I'm on a mini vacation. I have got some job offers already.
I,
So that
I
lets you
told
know in Texas that if you're unemployed, it's because you want to be unemployed. Okay. Not because you can't find no job. Like y'all start lying to these women saying you can't get no job. You got somewhere to stay in the wintertime. Stop doing it.
listen. I told you get your rest in, chill for a minute because like what we got is going through the roof.
You
And
just trying to
I
have
just
me working out here like a Hebrew slave, and I'm
nope,
not
I'm
gonna
not gonna
do
do
it.
that. I'm not gonna do that. But I just want you to be prepared because I think I've been pushing at this for so long, and now to see like the glimmer of the lights and like everything is finally happening after 20 years, it's like it's coming. So
You like hold up, you like
I don't want you
Rihanna
to
and
be
them.
working for Amazon.
No, you like Rihanna and them. All of the lights.
Right. I don't want you to be working for Amazon and you like I'm on MOT and I can't get off.
You don't know me very well, do you?
What you gonna do?
Because I got to go. I quit.
And the bad thing is
Quit.
I know you to be that way. So
Oh, I can't go to the Grammy week. Deuces.
nah. I think well, we're gonna get into some more of that. We actually have a really good show lined up for you guys. We definitely got a lot to talk about as far as topics. Um, but we are gonna get into our special guest first. So we're just gonna shift some things around. This guy, he is really, really doing it. Like I know y'all can't see what we see right now, but I can see him in the background. I can see him like in the green room area, and he like bobbing to some music. Like he got the earplugs in, the earbuds. Like this dude is really, really cool. I've had an opportunity to do some stuff with him already, media wise, with another one of the platforms that I have. So it's really cool to bring him in on the show, and it's really good for you guys to really get to know who he is. Music is changing so much these days. We've had kind of the downward spiral, where everybody was just kind of doing any old thing because they kind of have like the free reign to do what they want, and they put
And
their
still
own.
are. And still are.
Yeah, they still are, but I think it's coming around now. It's like how it's like how the bell bottoms went out, and now you see people wearing them, and it's just like the good. It kind of fade away, and then it kind of come back. So I think that Charles Anthony is one of those artists who is really changing. Like he's changing the music scene, and he's changing it for the better because it it's gone a certain way. It's R&B is not the same anymore, and everybody's talking about the same thing, and they know what sells, so they're doing what sells. They're following the algorithm, and they're not really doing what's in their heart because they know what's going to sell and what's going to get the clicks and the likes and all of that kind of stuff. But this is a guy who's really following, the beat of his own drum. So, all of that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and welcome in Charles Anthony to the stream. What's
Yeah, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Listen, I'm doing really, really good, man. I appreciate you. I know Schoolboy appreciates you, but I think like this is double good for me just because I've already done something with you for another platform.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
know that obviously with this right here, I was like, okay, we need to go ahead and do like this cover and all of that kind of stuff. So like we're actually gonna work on that throughout this week, and I'll get some more stuff from Darrell just in terms of
Okay,
that. I think it's really,
okay.
really cool. Like I think you're doing some really good stuff for music. And I'll let Schoolboy go ahead and chime in. I have to learn not to dominate the conversation. I'm used to doing these interviews and shit.
No, I love the music. I definitely checked it out. Gave it a list. I mean, it's bringing back the actual feels of R&B. We missing that of the actually connecting to the music. You see so much
Thank you.
stuff that's being placed out there now. It just don't. I can't connect to it. I don't understand it because it's not something that really resonates with me. And I've tried a lot of new artists, but it's just the sound was everything for me, and
Absolutely.
I appreciated it because
Thank
I
you.
was like, "Oh yes, now I got something else I can listen to and that I can like and refer other people to." So I appreciate just giving us good music again. We need good music.
Absolutely. And I
Thank you.
think
Thank
me,
you
like
very much.
I think like for me, I'm just even more so now than like even a few years ago. Like I'm just a bigger fan of overall creativity. So like there's a lot of people who just they follow the blueprint. So they do
Hmm.
what they feel like they know is gonna work. Versus there's artists like you and so many other artists too. But I think that you're definitely leading a pack because you're still relatively a new artist. And you're
Yeah.
in a place where you're doing your own thing and you're following the beat of your own drum. And so many newer artists, they really try to follow the formula that's already been in place because they feel like that's what's
Yeah.
going to make them break through. And I
That's
just
true.
think that when you have greater originality and creativity, and people see that you really putting your all into it, like I think that pushes a lot further than the stuff that'll just blow you up immediately, and then you kind of fall, when the tides change and whatnot. Like
Yep.
I think this
Yeah.
will make it so that you can really maintain and hold on, and you got a really really good team with you. Like obviously Darrell, I've been working with him for probably a decade now. So it's like everybody like I haven't seen one artist that he's had that just flopped and just didn't do no good. Like he picks really,
That's
really
true.
good artists and he has that eye and that neck, which is why he is who he is and why Full Sail is always ranting and raving about him and having them speak. And I feel like he run the school. But
I know you're right about that.
yeah, but it's cool though. I mean, and it's cool for us. Like it's cool in our culture. Like we need it in our culture.
No, you're right. Yeah, and I thank the real too for everything they done for me and lead me to y'all, and y'all done so much for me too. And yeah, man, Darrell is like one of a kind.
Oh
So
yeah, absolutely.
thank you, Darrell, because I know you watching. So thank you,
Yeah,
Darrell, for everything
I
you
know he
done.
watching. Like I just listen. He's probably one of the better. He's probably one of the better people that I have worked with. And not even the probably. He's truthfully like one of the best people that I've worked with, just as far as like managing artists and really helping artists and pushing them and promoting them and obviously getting them on my platforms. But like
Yeah.
he makes sure that everything that you need is there. You got your bio, you got your pictures, you got your sound bites, you got your clips, you got your music. Like and then he'll email you and text you all through the day to make
Yeah.
sure like and he know that I'm running constantly. So like he texted me probably 4 hours ago, like, hey, what's happening? Where the link at? And I'm like, okay. I'm gonna send it to you shortly. I'm like, I'll be running. With me driving Uber, I'm like usually working in between rides and stuff like that on the phone in the car. So it's crazy, man. But I love this business. I love working with people like him, and then I like being able to be connected with artists like you to really push that out,
Thank you. Thank
into
you.
the atmosphere.
Thank you so much, man.
Um,
Yeah.
I think like one of the first things that I really want to ask you
Uh-huh.
is obviously the title of this show is Transcending the Culture. So like my whole purpose in wanting you to come on the platform is that I feel like you're somebody that's really elevating the musical culture that we have out here. So like where does that sit with you to know that people are looking at you in that realm already, that you're doing something to really build and elevate the culture?
Uh, let me see. Excited. Yeah, like,
You
excited.
don't stump nobody on the first question. Nah,
Yeah, yeah. No, but I'm excited, man, because honestly, that's what I want to do.
yeah,
And like, I never follow the trend. I stay in my lane, and I do the music that I enjoy doing. And I'm just glad that people can actually vibe with me, And uh, yeah, transcending. I've never heard anybody say that, but I'm glad that you said that. So that's why I'm stuck. Like, I don't, I never thought about that, bro. But
You need to do a
that means a lot.
curveball in there.
Yeah, yeah. I've never heard that, but thank you for that. That means a lot to me. That means I'm doing something right. I'm doing
yeah,
something right.
yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that you are like, obviously you have your own style. So it's like, and I can hear the influences, obviously in your
Mhm,
music. So obviously there's the Chris Browns and there's the Ushers,
mhm,
and
mhm.
you got the Janet
That's right.
Jacksons, and I
That's
mean
right.
it's a lot of people obviously who have come before you. Like, what is it that you feel like you saw in these artists that made you not necessarily want to emulate them, but want to be in this business doing music?
Just the way that they interact with the crowd when they perform. You know, nowadays you really don't see it. Like like in today's time, the only person that we have that does that still is Chris Brown.
Yeah,
He still
yeah,
he dances, he sings, and that's exactly what I do. And he knows how to get the crowd involved. So
absolutely.
whenever I see them, yeah. So whenever I see them perform, or even just watch them on YouTube and stuff, and I get like these tips from them, and I take that and I use it for when I do a show. Like I have a show coming up in 2 weeks in Atlanta,
Okay.
and so yeah, so I've been watching Chris Brown, and I've been seeing how he gets involved with the fans, and also his dancers too. And I'm trying to put that into my show.
Yeah,
Just
it's
I
like
just take bits and pieces.
yeah, it's like with Chris Brown, I've been able to kind of like push a lot of the other stuff and like all of the craziness that you hear, like as
So
far as Chris Brown,
yeah,
like kind of to the wayside, because I was able to interview him like when he was still 16. So like I like when I think about Chris Brown, like I still think of like the 16-year-old that I interviewed. Obviously, shit, that was 20 years ago. So I mean,
dang, that's tight.
He a
obviously,
grown man now. He grown
I mean,
man now.
obviously, he hella
Yeah,
grown, but I just think that obviously, in his career, like he's really been able to push and continue to go to the next level, despite the troubles that he's had
been
and
through.
other stuff that's going on. He's been able to really continue to transcend his career,
And it's
and
mainly
like,
because he's an entertainer.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Mhm. It's
so
very
I
But I
feel
few
mean,
like
artists
that's
that
what.
you can see that hold that can really actually hold a crowd. I mean, you look at the stuff that I'm seeing clips of the Renaissance tour with Beyonce, the level and the
Hmm.
magnitude of showmanship and the level and the
To see that.
magnitude of the crowds. I mean,
Uh,
nobody can touch, and in my opinion, this is my greater opinion, nobody can touch Michael Jackson with the way that he would just have people outside falling
thank
out
you.
needing a medic.
Thank you.
Like
yeah,
he, I mean,
Yes.
like he had that
Yes.
movement when he stepped on the stage and he commanded that everything just shut. It was
absolutely.
just like it was
He don't.
quiet. And there's only
He
one
don't
other
even have to
person
say
that I can
nothing.
see that can do that level is you gotta give it to Chris and you gotta give it to Beyonce. They
Yep.
give you Chris Brown and
Yep.
Beyonce give you a show. Sierra's
Mhm.
another one that she can give you the
Sierra. Yep.
entertainment
And I'm glad you
factor
bring
and
Sierra.
the
Yeah,
dance. And it's if you can get all those ties in, you can draw me in because I can't sit there for hour 45 minutes at a concert, maybe 2 hours, and you just standing there.
Right.
and
Absolutely.
Exactly.
there's no
Yeah.
because
And
it's
then
not
I'm
gonna
glad
make
you
me
even
connect to
mentioned.
the music.
I'm glad that you mentioned Sierra because obviously he's been getting flack over the last couple of weeks because of the the collaboration that they have out there right now. But like
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a dope track though.
It
Me
is.
too.
Yeah,
Her
And
EP is
and
actually pretty good.
they're dancing like
yeah,
they're dancing in the video. I mean, you got to give it to them. I love it.
yeah, absolutely.
Nobody's doing
Yeah.
it.
I
So
think.
like,
Oh, this week I saw
But
Victoria Monet is doing it. Like she did on
yeah,
on my mama. That was
she
like
did.
I said, yeah, like the whole video, like the whole choreo. She had her child in the video. Like it's a whole. I'm like, okay, now somebody's bringing back artist development. We're seeing the whole
yeah.
package
I think
coming
that
back.
is
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need that.
yeah. I think the
yeah. They don't do that no
development
more.
yeah, the development piece is out there. It's just few and far between. But like Victoria Monet, like I remember the first track that I heard of her. I don't know that it was her first song, but she had a track with Ti, and like I've been watching her and following her and just watching her climb since then. Like she is really amazing. Like what artists are you listening to? Like of today's artists? Like who are you listening to that's really inspiring you just in your creative process and when you go out and tour?
I still listen to what, as y'all know, Chris Brown,
Right.
Bruno Mars, uh, Usher, and that's pretty. I really don't jam that much music anymore. That many artists no more because, like you said, like the new artists, I really can't get into them.
It's
Even when
it's it's crazy to hear you say that. But well,
I can't,
it's it's it's
I can't.
it's crazy, but I get it because I'm in that same place, and a lot of times I feel like I'm thinking like, damn, maybe it's just me. Like a lot of times
Mm-mm.
I ain't heard something, and my son will come and bring it to me, and I'm like, oh, this is dope, and he like, yeah, it came out a year ago, or it came out like I constantly get that, so it's like I'm in
I
that
miss
same.
the love songs, man. I miss the love songs. I miss the party songs. You know, it's hard to find. I know it's some artists out there, but they're hard to find right now.
Yeah,
And so I
That's
just
the
stay
ones
listening
not
to
getting that mainstream shine. That you
absolutely.
exactly.
know.
Yes, exactly. So
So
it's
like,
pretty hard to find them right now.
how are you bringing that feel with your music?
Uh, See, my music, I like to uplift women. You know, because like I said, nowadays you really don't see artists uplifting women. They're always bashing them. So my main goal is to show y'all just how special y'all are, how special y'all are. So, um, that's the road that I'm on. You
Hmm.
know, because I love my lady. I love y'all. If y'all watching, I love y'all. Charles Anthony is here for y'all. Okay, go listen to my song "Cover Girl." It's out right now on YouTube. Go jam it, please.
No, no, I think it's
Beautiful
dope.
distraction.
Yeah. I was gonna say beautiful distraction.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need that connection. Like I said, I don't listen to a lot of this new stuff because it just all sounds the same. You know,
Yep,
everything
exactly.
toxicity built, even from the women is it's hate towards men and vice versa on the other side. So it's just like, okay, ain't nobody never experienced no decent person. Like
No,
what's
yeah,
going on? Like ain't all
exactly.
everybody just toxic. Like nobody healthy. Ain't nobody hit no therapy or nothing. Like nobody.
Nobody.
No, it's just so it's hard for me to get into it. I mean, I get it. It's what's selling, but
Hmm.
it's a lot of us that want something different. We want to feel 90s R&B. We want to feel 80s R&B. When those eras, they it spoke to you. As soon as you hit the
Yep,
song and you put
yep.
it on, it was like, oh, that's my song. Like I don't
Right.
feel
Hmm.
that a lot about a lot of stuff nowadays. I'm just kind of like, okay. Oh, they
Yeah, I
remixed
miss the
this
boys to
90s
men.
song, or they remixed this
Yeah.
Yep.
80s song, and you be like, they remixed it and it's trash.
They
Yeah.
remix it, and then they talk like it could be a love song. Like you could take a boys to men song, but then they're mixing in with about sex. And you're like, man, okay, that song was about love. Now all y'all talking about is sex. Like, come on, talk
Right.
about something different.
Yeah,
All
it
right, we
was.
getting tired
It was. You had real emotions and real artistry in
Hmm.
music back then. And when people
Yeah.
wrote, they wrote from
They wrote
true
the whole
experience
They wrote
of
from
what
their
they really
personal
felt.
experiences. Yeah, they
hmm
wrote from their personal experiences. So, it was something that was, actually a part of their life.
That's true. Yeah,
So yeah,
it's totally different now, though, man.
yeah.
And
It's
I
a
feel like it's
it's
only gonna get worse.
yeah,
I hope it
absolutely.
doesn't, but
Well, no,
I feel like it.
and it's crazy. I said absolutely, but I do feel like things are getting better. Like, obviously there's you, and it's
Well,
so
thank
many
you.
other artists out there. There's Raish, there's
I like Vito.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Vito's
love
a good
Vito
artist.
too. I was gonna
yeah,
say Vito.
Yeah.
There's
absolutely.
October London. There is
Yeah,
Avery
October London.
Wilson. There is
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's some people out there really giving some
yeah.
there's some people really giving some good
hmm
R&B. It's just a lot of that stuff sometimes is not in the adult contemporary mainstream. What's
Absolutely.
being placed
Exactly.
is the same sound that everybody is doing. And
Yeah,
yeah, it'll get you
Exactly.
themselves for a few weeks and it'll get you trending. But then
absolutely.
after that, is anybody going to think
You
about the
back down.
song 30 years from now? Is always the
Absolutely.
question I always
No,
say.
Yeah. So I do think that is
I
changing.
like
It's
that.
I do think it's changing. I think it'll take some time to get there, but I do see it changing. So I'm not going to say that it's going to be completely downhill like the rest of the way. I do feel like things are changing, and that's due in great part to
Yeah.
you and the music that you
Well,
putting
thank
out
you.
there.
All
So I
right.
mean,
Thank
that being said, like we need you, so we glad that we have you. Your singles,
you.
"Beautiful Distraction" and "Girl Like You," like or "Girls Like You," like those songs have
hmm
done extremely well. So like, what's kind of your next move, or which way are you heading, forward?
I have a new song that I'm about to put out called "Jealous." It's like, but this one is like a Afro type song.
Okay,
So since I have
Afrobeat.
like a yeah Afrobeat, yes man. So since I have like fans out there in Africa, I decided I was gonna go that way.
I think that's dope. Like,
Yeah, so
I think that's dope to
you gonna hear
tap
the
into.
song soon. You gonna hear the
Yeah,
song.
I think that's dope to tap into other cultures and like how they do their music. Like if you look at Beyonce and her doing the Lion King, the Lion King project, and taking that, you know, to that country and whatnot. Like I thought that was really dope, and
That's
I
true.
think
Yeah.
coming from you, it's definitely a good look, and that's only gonna inspire other artists who are coming behind you who want to do stuff like that and they feel like they can't because that's not the thing that's not the going thing. So to see
Yeah.
artists like you do that, and like I think that's going to inspire a lot of other people to do it as well.
Well, thank you. Yes, sir.
We need
Yeah,
more people to beat their own drum and to do their own thing and not think
absolutely.
that you have to be like everybody else because I'm telling
Absolutely.
you, a lot of us are actually tired of what we're
Yeah,
listening to. We want something different. And
yeah,
the
yeah,
fact that you are providing that is amazing. And again, keep doing what you're doing because I appreciate
yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
thank you. I'm
Now
gonna
what?
keep on doing it.
Yeah, keep doing it, man. Like what is coming up next that everybody can look out for from you? And then I definitely want you to shout like your social media website and where people can find you and all that jazz.
Okay. Well, I have a show coming up in Atlanta. It's for the Taste of Soul. It's a festival. That's September 2nd. My new single will be out. It'll be out next year though. It's not coming out this year. It's towards the end of the year, so I want to start
Okay.
fresh. So at the beginning of next year in January, I'm gonna release my single "Jealous." And right now, that's all I have going. But
Look,
you can follow me
that's a lot already, but go ahead.
at, but y'all can follow me at Charles Anthony Music on Instagram.
Okay.
That's like
Now, how,
the main site I use.
okay.
If
How
you
active are you on
Facebook,
Instagram?
I'm on it, but I don't be posting on it like I should. But I be on it.
Okay.
I just don't be posting like I should post.
I just like to ask, but no, I think that's dope though. They definitely heard it here, and then I and Schoolboy both we'll be doing posts and whatnot and making sure that we post and tag you
and
and
then
all
we'll
of that.
make sure inside the video when y'all click in the video, it will put the link to Charles Anthony's IG so y'all can go follow him.
Right?
Y'all get into the music. Make sure y'all go on Apple,
Yeah.
Spotify,
Yeah. 'Cause actually, the yeah, and I'm glad
and
she's mentioning
everything
it.
so that y'all can
Yeah,
follow his music, listen to
Oh
his
yeah.
music, share the music, like the music, all of that.
yeah, you'll be on YouTube, obviously, but any day now, all of our episodes will be on the audio version. Will be on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, and all of that jazz. So people will be able to
Okay,
get it
cool.
and listen to it as well. So I'll make
Okay,
sure
cool.
that Darrell has all the links and all of that stuff for people to download and all of that stuff. But man, we appreciate you more than you know. Obviously, we both have been doing media for quite some time, but anytime you launch a new platform, it's like a building process. So it's
Yeah, that's
really,
true.
really cool to get you on here and for you to support us the same way that we're supporting you. And
Yes.
Darrell knows like anything that we can do for you, or if we can get you on, or if we need to get you on because you got something happening, it ain't but a phone call or a message on IG or Messenger or something like that. Just let us know. We'll figure it
All
out.
right, well I got y'all then.
Look, if we need to come on a Tuesday night, just let us know. And one of us will figure it out, and we'll be there.
We'll figure it out and
Yes,
we'll get
sir.
it out there so you can, hey, let us know what's going on with you.
I
Yeah,
got y'all.
eventually,
Thank y'all so much for having me.
yeah, eventually,
Uh,
yeah, eventually we'll be 5 days a week anyway. So we just planning it out and doing everything slowly
dang.
and all of that stuff. But eventually we'll be five
Y'all
days a
doing it
week
big.
anyways.
Y'all
Listen,
doing it
Yeah,
man,
big then, huh?
we doing it big. Next year
teamwork
we
is
hoping to
like
do
yeah. They say
dream work,
teamwork
ain't it?
makes the dream work, man. And it's like
That's true.
schoolboy is, and this ain't just no fluff shit or me saying it's just for the hell of it, but schoolboy is one of the dopest people that I have worked with. Like teamwork
I'm glad
makes
to
the
hear that.
dream work, but
Make the dream work.
Appreciate it.
everybody's got to play their position. And I think that what we
I
have
agree.
is a true representation of what can happen when everybody plays their position. Because like keeping in mind that I'm in Cleveland and she in Dallas, so it's like
Oh, you in Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh, what's good then? Shoot, me
Okay.
too.
You gotta let me know when you have a show out here in Dallas so that way I can just, go ahead
well,
and
see, y'all
stream
need to
from
go.
the
Y'all
show
need
and
to go hang
everything.
out and drink or something. Because
Yeah, all right, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Cool. All right. I know you was in Dallas. I heard Texas,
Yeah.
and I'm about to say where it said
it's like
Dallas. Okay, yeah, there you go.
we
I'll link
definitely
up with you.
yeah, we definitely pushing hard, man. Like we had a billboard 2 weeks ago. It was I had one there and then one here in Cleveland. So
Dang,
it's
for
like
real?
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like we are
Oh,
pushing
that's tight. Dang.
pushing to the max, man.
We pushing it.
And
We pushing it. What
it's
we talking about
imperative.
a radio show next year,
Oh yeah,
top of January 2024. So
yeah.
we pushing.
But it's
Pushing.
imperative that obviously we're here to support everybody, but on the same token, like my
Right.
key for this last 20 years has been like building genuine relationships so that then I can maintain them and I can keep these people, obviously in the
That's true.
Rolodex and actually build a true relationship so that then you could come on just to tell us that what's going on and how you making it or whatever. It ain't got to be that you got an album coming out or that you got a single dropping. Like I listen. That's what we're here for. So I could go on and on and on and on, clearly, but I just want to say I appreciate you, man. Like, thank you to Darrell. And again, anytime that we can have you on and do anything for you, just let us know. And y'all in the same city, so I should see y'all on
Yeah,
IG drinking or something one of these nights.
yeah,
And
yeah. I got you. I got you on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Just follow me on Instagram. I'm always doing something or want to get more out and just just show more stuff that's going on in Dallas. Dallas is getting really huge.
Yeah, it
Starting
is.
to have a lot of things going on in Dallas, especially black owned and just artistry and different places and different things to do. So definitely, whenever you have a concert here in Dallas, let me know. Definitely come out and support.
Okay. Well, thank you. I had stopped doing shows in Dallas because they want people supporting like that. So I just started going different states doing it now. I was like, man, Dallas, I ain't getting people to
Dallas
come
is
out. Like,
itching. It's
I feel
trying to
yeah,
do it, but
it's trying to do it. Yeah, it's trying to do
I
it
feel
now.
like everybody should have
it's
something.
not where Houston is. I'll say that
Mm,
it's not
yeah, I
I feel
heard.
like
where you.
everybody has
I heard
something to
Houston
do
where
their
it's
own.
at.
Uh-huh. Houston has the most actual minority and black owners and entrepreneurs versus Dallas.
Dang.
Dallas has it, but it's not where it needs to be. I don't know why.
Oh, dang.
I don't
I didn't
get
know
it.
Houston had
Yeah,
that.
Houston is the spot. Houston is the spot.
Okay.
All right.
Well, all right. Well, yeah, we'll link up though.
Well,
For
thank you so
sure.
much, man. I appreciate it again. Anytime that we can help you or do anything for you, let us know. We're gonna let
Yes,
you go
sir.
ahead and head your way, and we're gonna continue on with our topics for the night. But again, thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all again, and y'all have a great show.
All right, you
Thank
have a good
you.
one, man.
All right. Take
Listen, really, really dope interview right there in your city.
I'm telling you, it's not that like that. Dallas is a strange piece of fruit. Like
Yeah,
you have to really
you said
know
a strange piece of fruit.
where to go and what areas to be in. Like it's getting, like I said, it's getting a lot more. I can say this because we family. It's getting blacker, but due to the governor that we have here, yeah,
No, I actually understand it. I get it, and I feel like it.
we damn near like we down with Ron DeSatan. We own that. We own that same.
Lord have mercy. I can't. What?
Oh, he making my eye twitch.
um, he made a good point though because he was saying that he started doing shows, obviously in other places because kind of the
Support.
lack of support and whatnot. And I feel like everybody goes through that in their own cities. Like I feel like everybody, or at least a lot of people. I won't say
A
everybody,
lot
but
of
I feel like
artists
a
do.
lot of people go through that in their
Like I
own
said, a lot of
city.
that's because of that mainstream stuff.
Absolutely,
You look at a lot of the mainstream stuff that's out here, and it's no
absolutely.
shade to the mainstream stuff. I'm just not into it. A lot of
Mhm.
it doesn't, unless I know you somebody that can sing without auto tune. I'm just really not for you. You're not for me, and I'm not for you. We're not for each other. So let's just not and say we did, and I'm cool. Cause a lot of that stuff, you play it first track,
Right.
boom. Second track, okay. Third track, then by the fifth track, now you like, come on, bro. All this shit sound the same. When we gonna change
Yeah.
up the beat, the mix? What we gonna do here? I just
Uh,
I don't know.
Unfortunately, that's what you get with a lot of artists. So it really was cool to connect with him. I think that he is kind of that exception, definitely in the current generation of artists that are out there right now. So
We just
definitely
gonna
a
keep
dope
them in
thing.
prayer. We're gonna keep them in prayer, James. That's all we can do. Keep them
Absolutely.
lifted up at the altar.
Absolutely. Anybody that missed that interview, know that you can always catch the replay here on YouTube on Transcending the Culture. You can also catch it on UG Digital Media and Publishing, so the episode will be there as well. And any day now, all of our audio will be up on Apple Podcasts. uh, Damn, why am I drawing a blank? Apple Podcasts and
Damn.
Spotify and iHeart. And it's a few others too. I didn't mention all of them, but those are kind of like the top tier ones. So we will be on all of those
Yeah, I can
audio.
catch the audio, if you jogging, in your car or
Absolutely.
anywhere you doing at the doctor's office before your appointment.
You
You
said
can
that.
go ahead and put us on and listen to the episode.
Right, right,
Okay.
right.
Or you can watch the video episodes that on YouTube, Twitch. I mean, hell, Twitter. We everywhere. Okay.
I'm trying to tell you.
Like Visa.
Eh,
Okay. We everywhere you want to be. Like I said, I'm unemployed in these streets. So any donations or anything that can help be greatly appreciated. The church will appreciate it.
Listen, it is 7:37, so it's definitely time for us to get into our topics. We definitely got a whole lot to talk about here tonight. A whole lot has been happening over the past week. 50th anniversary of hip hop, which we are going to get to that. Whole lot of stuff went down with that. Obviously, concerts everywhere. Bone Thugs getting the street name here. All three of them signs being stolen within days of the signs going up. And sit still over there. Sit still over there.
Why are we like this as a culture? Why are we get
Listen, I don't get it myself. I don't know. I don't know. But
it just be the most ignorant shit that be happening in the most blackest cities. You just be ignorant. I mean, you
I
done
just
stole
don't
the
know.
people's sign down
I,
off the thing.
I just don't know. But we are going to go in a bit of a different direction as far as the hip hop week, because the conversation right now is really about how a lot of the South and a lot of the South was left out. Um,
Whole lot of
you
the
know, with,
South.
huh?
Whole lot of the South.
Absolutely, a lot of them were left out, and yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Um, Whole lot of other stuff going on just in terms of that as well. Jermaine Dupri is definitely talking about how a lot of the black establishments there in Atlanta did not do any type of dinners or anything like that in celebration of the
I was
50th
surprised because
anniversary.
they have a lot of,
Yeah,
as
I
far as
really
the
like it.
black media is concerned, they have a chokehold on the black media
Abs-
in Atlanta.
Absolutely,
Damn near everything happens in Atlanta now. It has
absolutely, and
been
there's
dubbed
a
the
lot of
Black Hollywood.
establishments. Yeah, there's a lot of establishments, especially food and stuff like that, that are owned by people in the hip hop community. So
Two Chains,
yeah,
Kirk and Rashida,
yeah, absolutely,
Yandy Smith.
yeah, absolutely. Candy.
Um,
I
I
mean,
mean, it's
she's
so
in
many Candy. It's so many of them that have establishments, and so many of them have businesses and clothing stores and shoe stores and this and
absolutely,
that. And the fact that Atlanta was left out, even Florida was left out. I
yeah,
mean, I mean, New Orleans, come on.
yeah,
Cash Money was one
yeah,
of the hottest things out from the 99 to the
and no limit.
2000. I mean, and it's still, if you put them tracks on and that music on,
Listen,
it's
when I
still
tell
gonna
you,
go to
it
this
still
day.
go. Like when I tell you, I've been playing BG and like Juvenile like all week long, and the Hot Boys, like that stuff still go, and it's more than 20 years old. So it's like,
Almost 30, I believe. Should
yeah,
be almost 30. Because
yeah,
I mean, I graduated in '04. A lot of that shit was coming out in of the
the
90s,
90s,
early 2000s.
yeah.
So I mean,
Because BG
you can
dropped
even
in
say for
'99,
the R&B music, how many remixes
or the
they
Chopper
did,
singing together.
especially came out of So Def
Yeah,
with remixes with people. Okay, where
yeah,
the party at with Nelly and Jagged
absolutely,
Edge was about. Let's Get
absolutely,
Married had a remix with Rev Run and Run DMC. I mean,
absolutely,
there were so many different things. I mean, and Ludacris bar for bar is a lyricist. The fact that it's like they totally said, "Oh, everything East Coast." And don't get me wrong, East Coast has always held down hip hop, but you can't just leave out the South. The
absolutely,
South came with some points and times where when music needed something different, they changed the game and took it in a whole different direction.
absolutely,
So to
absolutely,
leave them out is very very trash.
absolutely. Um, and as we're talking about these things, if you have comments or anything, please feel free. You can put them in here in YouTube. You can put them on any of our platforms. So be that Instagram or Twitter or like in Threads, anywhere that you find us, you can find us at Transcending TC.
I have temporarily deactivated my threads because I didn't see no point in it because anything I wanted to say that I could say on Twitter, I cannot say over there. So if you want the uncut, unversion, ignorant version of me, please slide on over to Twitter. Create a Twitter. I don't care if you want to create a Twitter just to follow my ignorant ass. It probably would behoove you to do that because I can't be as ignorant as I want to be on these other platforms. That's all I'm gonna say.
I didn't realize they was censoring like that because I don't
Oh
really
my
be on
God, I
there.
went to go put something in one time and the whole little box came up and said, this is a violation of this would be a violation of community. I said, you know what? God bless. This ain't for me. Let me go ahead and deactivate
Wow.
because I'm not even really on it like that.
Yeah, I have one, and of course we have one for Transcending, but I haven't been on there a whole lot. I'm usually posting on Instagram, and then I know you do a lot of posting on Twitter. Um, Everybody, please know that it is us making these posts and doing these posts and whatnot. Like we are fully hands on with this brand and with the process and with everything that's going on. So
So
anytime
nobody
that you get
posts for
comments,
us.
they are most definitely coming from us. It's not we have not
If I
hired the
post on
people to
any
do it.
other content creators page on that does content, I said it. It's me.
Absolutely.
And
Um,
I'm not that rich that I can have PR and publicists as of yet. So, I'm
Absolutely.
still
We got several other topics that we are gonna discuss tonight. Neely Leaks being sued for unpaid rent on swag, Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan and their marriage. Questions and stuff going on with that. Mike Oler, The Blind Side. That really caught me by surprise. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. The BET sale is off. Yeah, sit down, Tyler. It's off. It's not going on. That has been canceled. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. We already had our special guest in here, and actually, I just want to give definitely a shout to Samuel Jackson and Latanya Richardson. 43 years of marriage. Like when I say that's like the goal right there. And I'm
I
quite
know how
sure
they
that
got they ain't been sick of each other yet.
listen, I think I almost want to say that there was a period that they like they kind of did go through a little bit of that strife. And and it's not abnormal. Like a lot of couples go through that and they have their issues, you know, especially when you hit a certain point. But nevertheless, like they have lasted 43 years in marriage, and like that is absolutely beautiful. So I
God bless.
definitely want to give a shout to them. It's a lot of people tuning in and watching us and really checking us out, and we are really transcending, you know, as the title of the show says,
Look
um,
over.
pun intended. So I'm just saying that, you know, we definitely giving a shout out to Samuel Jackson. I know I'll be putting the memes out there, you know, when we get to talking about
Look,
these people
Samuel got
talking
the
about their
best memes.
journalists and shit.
Okay,
But I'm just saying.
he got the best memes. Okay, Samuel been out there. Okay, I
but
watch anything with him in it because I know for some reason it's just gonna resonate with me, and he gonna say something ignorant, and I'm gonna like it.
right, right. But you know, all of that being said, before we even get into more of the topics, one of the other things I'm definitely going to be doing here is celebrity birthdays, and that's something that I've always done with a lot of my platforms, and I just have not really done a whole lot of it. Um, in most occasions, I will actually go through a few of them that happened during the week as well. Today, I'm really just mentioning people whose birthdays were today. I might miss some. I might name some that you didn't realize their birthday was today. First off, rest in peace to Nate Dogg because his birthday would have been today.
That's my dog right there,
Um,
man.
I
Nate
got
Dogg had some hoes.
hoes. What's your song? If you know, like I know.
No. Woo! And Nate Dogg,
You
oh,
look like somebody mama with their drink in the air, like baby, turn it.
yes, Nate Dogg came on a hook, and it changed the whole trajectory of the song.
Right,
You was just in on it with Nate, like it
right.
was just. Oh, Nate Dogg when he was on 21 Question with 50. What he did, area codes with Luda.
I think
Nathan did a lot of stuff. Corrupt. He done did songs with Corrupt. He done did songs with Snoop. You know how many songs he done did with Snoop? The whole Dog Pound,
yeah.
all of
I think
Death Row. I mean,
I first
shoot.
got hip to him when he was on Snoop's Doggy Style, and it was like from there, it was like anything Death Row put out. Period. I was on top of, but definitely
He
Nate
just
Dogg.
made me want to get up and go ahead and start smoking. Just rolling on up.
You gonna do that anyway, so like
Yeah,
that.
I am. But you know, it's just like that beat hit on you, just be like, damn, Nate Dogg just ride the beat.
Right. He
It's
really
sad.
did.
He's 54 this year. So
Yeah.
still young.
Um,
Still
I
young.
always liked when he did. What was the movie with? What was the movie with? It wasn't The Distinguished Gentleman. It was. What was the movie he did with Chris Rock where he was trying to be the president?
That was Bernie Mac.
Or not, maybe not president. It was Chris Rock and I think Lynn Whitfield was in there, and
I think he did like it was him. Bernie Mac was the brother of Chris Rock, and
okay, yeah, yeah.
he did the video. He was doing a song for something for
He
the
was like
campaign.
narrating through, like
Yeah,
singing through the
yeah,
movie.
he was singing through the yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, what is that movie
I
called?
always
Head of
like.
State. That's the movie called
Yeah,
Head of
yeah.
State. Yeah.
I always liked Head of State when he did that. Yeah, I always liked Head of State because he was in there. But definitely, again, rest in peace, Nate Dogg. Today would have been his birthday. Romeo Miller, I saw he had a couple posts out there today, but his birthday was today. So happy birthday, Romeo Miller. Fat
He's a
Joe.
father too. Fat Joe.
Yeah, Fat Joe.
Need
Um,
that. That was
yeah,
still my
definitely
song
a
right
good
there.
day for a lot of people. Birthdays, Leo gang. It's almost over. It's almost over. My child's birthday was yesterday, so
Oh, I
uh
know he ran your pockets. He got
no,
all the money, didn't he?
I was gonna say no, but I am buying a pair of Yeezys tomorrow, so yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah,
got your money.
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
ain't even gonna hold it.
yeah,
I know he ran the pocket. Getting a pair of Yeezys. Oh, he running pockets.
yeah.
Hmm.
But you know, I feel like I win a little bit because when he really wanted them, they were still $400. But since Kanye West really ain't nobody no more, they like 270 now. So I told
Okay,
him
you got a little sale. You got a little discount. Got a little discount. I
I
ain't
feel
mad
like
at
I'm still winning though. At least I got a
you. Is winning because you didn't win down $200. You still winning.
right. So
It's around the same
I am
price of a
winning.
pair of Jordans, so you good. You
Yeah,
good?
but he had a good day though. His birthday was yesterday. I took him out Thursday night, and then he actually started back. He actually started school this week, so he's back at school. So he had a it was a football game yesterday. And he plays in band, so
Shout out to all the parents that got rid of your damn kids in the last week or two.
absolutely,
And they went back to
absolutely,
school. God bless y'all. I know the summer was eating y'all up. They was tearing up all your snacks and food and everything. You're glad they gone. 8 hours of
absolutely.
the day.
And
God bless you.
a shout out to Mila because I know that she's in that bunch right now where her baby done started school and like shout out to her because you know obviously the conversation that we had and we know what she's going through and just everything. So like shout out to her. Hopefully everything is going good. Um and yeah, so those are celebrity birthdays we're talking about today. So now it is time to get into these topics. And the first one that I actually am going to touch on is Nate or the death of Magoo. Um, so unexpected. You know, if anybody out there still has not heard Magoo, aka Maganu, known, you know, obviously mostly for being with Timbaland, you know, as a part of Timbaland and Magoo, but he was part of the Super Friends or you know the Basement. You know, obviously it was him and Timbaland, of course. You had Missy Elliott, you had Aaliyah, you had Genuine, you had Playa. You even had some outsiders. So you had Toto, you had SWV, you had Gina Thompson. Like you had a lot of people who was doing music in that clique, and we have lost Timbaland, or not. I apologize. We have lost Magoo, and at the age of 50. So you know, crazy young to be
Yeah,
passing
very
away.
young.
And I think a lot of people were under the impression that he had been sick for all of these years, but his ex-wife actually released a statement, and she said that he hadn't been sick, that he hadn't been feeling good for maybe the past week, because although they hadn't been together for 5 or 6 years, like they still, you know, considered each other family and still kept, you know, in close contact with each other. So she said that he had been feeling or not feeling well for the past week, but aside from that, she didn't know of any illness or anything that had been going on. So, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are waiting for toxicology reports and, um, you know, to find out exactly how he passed and what happened. But it's definitely a hit to hip hop. And I just think that like it's nice to see people. It's nice to see people, you know, obviously giving them his accolades and kind of giving them his flowers, but it sucks when you don't really get your flowers while you're here. And I just think that he did a lot for hip hop. I think he did a lot for hip hop, especially in that time. And of course, he had
That was
Timbaland
a
behind
whole
him.
movement back then. Like
Like,
when
of course, he
Timberland
had
and Missy
Timbaland
and
behind
Magoo, they
the
came out, that changed everything because their sound was different. It was
yeah,
something we had never heard before.
absolutely.
And,
And he had Timbaland behind him, but of course, while people still don't really recognize it or they don't understand it, he was really the front man. It was Timbaland and Magoo, but he was really the front man. Like,
he was.
so like it was and let me be clear that I still listen to that album like clockwork. Like I played that just about all day today while
A
I was
lot
out.
of people, matter of fact, it was a lot of people on my Twitter was tagging Missy and was talking about like a couple of weeks prior was like, y'all need to do a reunion, just do a
Yeah,
tour with
yeah,
everybody that was a part of that, in the
absolutely,
basement making music. Like they should do a tour, though God rest her soul, Angel Aaliyah is not here anymore, but you still could do, the tour.
absolutely,
And people
absolutely.
were like, dang, when's Timbaland and Magoo gonna come back out? And then when I saw that, it kind of I was like, damn, we was
It's
just sitting up here talking about this on Twitter. Like they needed to come back out and do something, and that
yeah,
would be something amazing because people were tagging Missy and was like, y'all should come back because I think it was something. Maybe it was something around like the 50 years of hip hop. Somebody had posted something and was like, hey, they should come back out and do something, give
I
us
think
something
that,
different.
I think that would
And
be
it
like
just
he should
didn't.
have been definitely recognized in the last 50, like he should have been recognized because if you look at the last 30 years of hip hop, the last 25, 30 years of hip hop, like Timberland has been all over that. All over that. Like look at his discography and his track history, and not just for the albums that him and Magoo put out. Like look at all that he has
His
produced
production has
every
been.
single year. Every year. Like
Did he ever
he
do
ain't
a
even
versus
really
with
put
anybody? anybody. I don't think he ever did a verse with anybody because I
No,
don't think there's very many people that can really hold
it's
his
not,
catalog because he's written and
I don't
produced
think there's any. I don't think
for
there's
many
any because
in every genre. I damn near want to
that's
say
nothing. He's hit every genre. So I mean, he's hit every genre. So like,
he's currently back in the studio with Justin Timberlake. So that
uh-huh.
means Justin Timberlake's gonna have an R&B feel again on this next
And I
album.
always thought that they was like I thought they was a dope duo together. Like I always thought they was a dope duo, and I always had an appreciation for what Justin Timberlake does. And I know that there's always been the hoopla over Justin Timberlake versus Usher and all of that stuff, but I
Now
just think
you know why.
I think they're
Black
two different
Twitter tried
artists.
to. Well, Black Twitter basically canceled Justin Timberlake for that mess with Janet. So that's a different subject for
Yeah,
another
I mean
time.
that's a different
But
subject,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
you
but I just
know,
think that they're
his first album, Justified.
yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. I still listen to it because it's a damn good album.
Listen, I play the shit all the time, and I just think that they're two totally different artists. Like they're two different artists. So I didn't really see I didn't see all the craziness, but
But if I have to
nevertheless,
be petty, in NSYNC, the best singer was JC Chazé. He was better than Timberlake, but Timberlake had a better hold on
right,
the
right,
the crowd.
right.
But JC was better. That's my opinion. I think JC Chazé could have did a lot in R&B, but he just wasn't pushed like that.
Yeah. But nevertheless, definitely Magoo. I feel like it's a huge blow, to the hip hop community. Who knows if he really would have come back out and done any more music? I know a lot of people were wanting him to. I saw an interview, and I actually was looking for it today because he had done an interview maybe a few years ago with somebody, and it's not like he really did a whole lot of press. So like I was one of those who had like been digging and trying to find him and trying to see if I could get an interview or whatever. And this was just a few months back. I would look for a while and then I would stop and then I'll kind of look around for a while. And it does suck. Um, yeah, it definitely sucks. And definitely prayers to his family. Because
For
I'm
sure.
quite sure it's a lot of people affected by that. Not even just speaking of like music and hip hop and entertainment and whatnot, but we all have lots of
Specializing in
family and
family.
stuff like that. So definitely prayer condolences to them and to all the fans and whatnot because it's a lot of people grieving. And definitely Virginia. Just that whole area, Chesapeake and Hampton
7757.
Roads, and it's a lot of people
PA.
down there because he big up them so much. Like he spoke so highly on Virginia. Um, so it's a lot of people definitely feeling that. Yeah, definitely a whole lot of people feeling that. What other thoughts did you have on Hip Hop Week? Because I know we kind of going down the titles. We obviously kind of hit the topic and we talked about it for a little
I
bit.
mean, we hit the topic. I mean,
Yeah,
hip hop, they just missed a lot. I think 50 years of hip hop, they missed a lot.
yeah. I think they
Um,
should have had. Obviously they were doing the concerts and stuff around. I think that they should have.
but a lot of those concerts were done in New York, right?
Yeah,
There
I think.
wasn't anything anywhere else. Like I'm surprised Florida didn't come up, Georgia didn't come up again. Texas, I mean, Texas has had this shit its fair share of, with chopped and screwed and all of that. So there
Uh-huh.
was, to me, it was a lot of areas where they didn't do 50 years of hip hop any justice this year, and I just really feel like it sucked. If I
Yeah,
have to be thoroughly honest, you left out a lot. There wasn't, and I'm surprised a lot of artists didn't like push in their own cities for different events and put
yeah.
events on and do events. It wasn't. A matter of fact, I think Ti's trap music hit 20 years yesterday, or I think it was
Mhm.
yesterday.
Yeah,
So it's just like I said, I feel like they did a crappy job with 50 years of
yeah,
hip hop. I mean,
yeah.
even when they highlighted on the BET Awards, you missed a lot of it. I don't know
Absolutely.
what the BET Hip Hop Awards is really going to give if they're going to actually hit the decades, because
Yeah,
in between those decades, there's been so much that has changed in those decades. They're almost
absolutely.
literally skipping over decades
Because
to go to
that's
other
a lot.
decades because they have limited time. And then
That's
I'm mad that MTV and BET and Viacom didn't do shit.
absolutely.
That has made a lot of Viacom a lot of money.
Like that's a lot. That's really a lot to cover in a 2 hour telecast.
But you didn't even do no specials. You didn't do shit. And
Yes,
this, I felt like
I think.
with all the things that hip hop has done and given to the culture, I felt like what we got was disrespectful, and that's just my opinion.
What would you think? Like, what if they did something like a what's the thing out of? What if they did something like a Coachella or like a Lollapalooza or something like
They
that?
did those with what did R. Kelly? Ooh, wrong person. Excuse me. LL Cool J. Woo! I don't know why I said that. Ooh, God, why?
Oh my God!
LL Cool J
I'm
did a
just
Rock the
gonna cover
Bells
my face
thing.
up right now.
The LL Cool J did Rock the Bells, but I mean, yeah, I think he had Yo Yo MC Light. I think he had also Queen Latifah. It just, I mean, it's not enough unity in hip hop no more. And
It's-
now with these young artists, they getting unalived almost every other week. I don't even know half of these new people because I don't know nothing about them.
right,
You
and I'm in
know,
that
and
same spot. I'm in that same spot.
so I'm just like, what I do know is that the nostalgia tours are making the money, whereas the new tours are not. So,
Yeah,
they're not selling out.
yeah, absolutely,
People are
absolutely.
not interested. And don't get me wrong, like I said, beats is good. Half of the time in the 16 bars, I don't even know what you're talking about. And you sound, and it sucks. The rhymes are very elementary. There's it just, and then all the women, they just trying to pit them against each other. That's all that's going on over there. Even though there's so many different women artists that I do like, some of the new ones I do like, but they just trying to keep friction over there and keep them beefing and arguing. So I'm just like, I'm tapped out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in that same spot. Kind of moving on. Nene Leakes being sued for unpaid rent. Now I saw this story, and then actually the same day I saw a response from her where she tacked it to Greg. Obviously as having signed the lease and whatnot. I just want to know what are your thoughts on her throwing him into it, considering the fact that he ain't here no more, regardless of whether he signed the lease or not?
Nene need to stop. Nene need to stop. Because I had somebody come onto my Twitter and tell me on one of my threads when it came down to all of her swag boutiques, even the ones that was included in some hotels. Because I know she had one in
So that's the
Baltimore
one
and
that she had in Vegas in
she
the
had one in Vegas and she had one in Baltimore.
okay.
Um, that those people didn't even get last paychecks. They didn't, final notice. They didn't get nothing letting them know that they was shutting them Johns down. They just ended up getting closed down, and people didn't get anything. So I really feel like Nene. I understand that. Here's the deal: we get it that your mate and your husband may pass away, or your spouse, or whoever, and they may have been the one on the lease. When that is the situation, why didn't you contact them people and give them the information of death certificate and say, "Hey, I can't pay you. He was the one responsible for it. He's passed on and gone." Then what they have to do is write that off as bad debt. If they want to still pursue you, because it is, they can go to court for
Right.
that. I don't know if these people will actually, if it will be held up and they'll get the $22,000 they're suing her for.
And see,
But
that's my thought, is that they probably won't get nothing anyway.
yeah, because the man's gone, and all she got to say is, "I got a death certificate. He's passed and gone. My name is not even associated with anything. He signed the lease. You can't get some blood from a turnip. He gone. So
Right.
what you finna do?" I just really feel like it's tacky on Nene part to not handle your business.
Absolutely. And I'm in that same spot. You know, obviously you can always throw up the fact that okay, he signed the lease and he passed away, but I just feel like regardless of all of that, it was your boutique. Like you've been pushing, and like it was your boutique. So if nothing else, take care of the people who was there. Um, take care of the people who was there, and with their checks and stuff like that.
I just
That's
don't
the,
think that anything Nene Leakes has ever done has really panned out for her.
well, I said
Financially.
that. Yeah, I said that. I just think that her current situation and where she is, I think that she dug her own ditch. Um, and I listen. I just like anybody else, I was a fan. Obviously I watched the Housewives, and I liked her on there for quite a bit, for majority of the time. But I just think that some people they get into that angry place and they just angry. They just angry all the time, and it's everybody else's
I think
fault.
she's angry because it didn't work out, and I think she was thinking like she was gonna be like Teresa Giudice, and she was never ever gonna get off the show. Bravo was gonna forever be in debt to her, and Bravo was forever. It was Bravo, 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 Bravo.
Nah,
But
bro.
there's yet of any accountability from her on her end. So for me, it really does. Nene don't move me like that no more.
Right.
And she did a little interview with Carlisha King, and he bootlicked on her the same way he bootlicked on Kenya recently. And I haven't even watched that interview. And from the clips, it's just like he says one thing, but then he gets behind that, he gets in that closet and do them reviews, and it's something totally different. So I really can't take Carlos King seriously at all.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
shade, I just can't.
Yeah. It's yeah. That's a crazy situation. So I am eager to see how that turns out though. Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan. Um, I knew about this story, and I actually heard the recent comments. When they were asking about marriage and all of that stuff. Their story just never really moved me though. I'm like, you know how you get them stories.
I watch Housewives, so
I know, I know.
I watch Real Housewives of Miami, which I think the biggest mistake that Bravo did was moving from Peacock back to Bravo. I don't know
Yeah,
why they did that because I feel like it's gonna ruin the show. But anyways, I know Larsa Pippen from being an old, from way back in the 90s. We all know Larsa for her works, and this is one time I agree with Kanye when he didn't want Kim hanging out with her. He had reason.
yeah.
And Marcus, I'm looking him upside his damn head like all these women you could be with, and you with this old gold digging. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no. And here you is up here gonna put your inheritance on the line. Cause if I was Michael, I would be removing your ass. And if I was Juanita, your mama, I'd be telling you don't bring that heifer to dinner. Cause I'm not. And she's adamant about having a baby by him.
Hmm.
How do you
Yeah,
go from Larsa Pippen Jordan? Oh, you calculated, ho. You calculated.
yeah. Pretty much.
You calculated. And his old goofy self. He just
I knew you was gonna have a business with this. That's why
I
I'm like,
just
yeah,
want to
we can
be.
put this
I
right on
just
the
want to,
list.
I'm gonna marry her, and I'm just like, she put that old cougar thing on you, and you ain't even right.
Um, did you watch that show? This Is Us.
Mm-mm. I didn't get into it. I saw some people that were content creators that were reviewing it, stuff like that. But that's just it wasn't.
Yeah, I watched it a little bit. Not that I didn't get into it. I just think that I haven't been able to watch a whole lot of TV because I be working so much. But
It's okay to sit your ass down sometimes,
it,
Jay.
it
Go
is.
ahead.
Listen, I'm learning. It really is. But one of the
Cause
characters
you
from
gonna
the
for real, you gonna age yourself out. You gonna make yourself look old. You gonna be walking around here looking like Sheree, getting rhinoplasty and all
Oh,
this
we
shit
not gonna do that.
unnecessarily.
Oh, we not gonna do that. See, fucking with you, we gonna be chilling for the rest of the night. I ain't playing with you. Well, but no, one of the actors from the show played the character William Hill. What's his name? Ron Cephas Jones. He passed away. Um, and he's from that show. This Is Us. So that's why I asked if you had.
No, I never watched that.
Yeah, and that just came up. That just came out that he passed away. So that's
Oh
why I
wow.
asked about that. But yeah, the Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan thing. It just I knew you was gonna have the business for it, so that's why I'm like, yeah, we gonna throw that on the list because I'm
Well,
I'm like
I
I'm
just
like
I just hate a thought. I hate an old thought. And at this point, Marcus, I just really feel like, okay, you willing to put your inheritance and all your money on the
I know,
line for this heifer?
I know they like why is his image block why is his image like blotching away?
I don't know. I just like Marcus, please, like,
Yeah, I'm just like whatever.
and you trying to have, and the heifer trying to have babies. I know what she trying to do, secure her afterlife as well.
That's
You
what
trying
that
to
is.
secure the afterlife,
Yeah,
and
that's
you already getting Scotty's half of his NBA pension. I mean, damn, what more do you want? But again, I understand it's a storyline. She gonna use it for Real Housewives of Miami. I just want to know what Juanita think. We already know what Michael think. I know Juanita like.
Look, they ain't said that about her.
You know what she told them when they was doing that documentary, The Last Dance, and they wanted her to like be a part of it. She said, "I lived it. What the hell? I need to talk about it before." I said, "You know what? Money."
That part. Yeah, that part. Well, Michael Oler, The Blind Side.
Saltine's gonna saltine no matter what.
Listen, they had me.
He got it right. You was in a conservatorship and didn't even know you was not even adopted. These people,
but they were saying he put out a book and that he said in the book.
Now I don't agree with them messing with Sandra Bullock and saying she need to give her damn Oscar up for that. Like, leave that damn lady alone. She ain't got shit to do with the fact that they pushed the story out here and didn't tell the whole truth.
Absolutely.
Okay? That's not has nothing to do with her or the guy that acted as Michael Oler in the movie. Leave them damn people alone. Now, who you need to get on is some saltines for lying about how in the business that they did, because he's young. He didn't know what he signed or got himself involved in. Guaranteed.
Nah, that's the page that I'm on, is leave them people alone. Leave Sandra Bullock alone. Like, regardless of anything, like she ain't come and make up no damn story. Like she just acted her ass off.
She acted
right.
in a movie. She ain't know people was out here scamming. But what I say is, like, why didn't y'all give that boy a cut of the money of his story? Y'all sat up there and shopped his story and got paid off that shit. Everybody in the family got paid except him. And it's his damn story. It's his life. Like, you know.
I think it's crazy.
On saltine, and that's just what they gonna do. You know, I was just happy that he was married to a sister. When I seen the photo, I said, "Oh, he married to a sister." Did my heart good.
Final topic of the day. BET, the sale is over with. The sale is over with. It's over.
Well, you know, 50 put a post up and said the shit wasn't even worth $3 billion. You know, 50 gonna troll.
It take 50, you know.
You know, it was Byron Allen was in the race, 50 Cent and Shaquille O'Neal, and then you had Tyler Perry, and then you also have Roland Martin got his big draws in a bunch because he all upset because he said it was all the black blogs giving misinformation. You know, they all said that he bought it and he hadn't bought anything.
Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb. So I like Roland Martin.
I like Roland too, but
I think that comment, I think he's full of shit though. Like, don't put it on the black blogs because that shit, like, ain't nobody just pull that shit out of
that TV. Hit CNN. It hit major shit, MSNBC. It
like, nobody pulled that shit out of thin air. Like, don't act like somebody just made some shit up. Now, we're not gonna. That's what we're not gonna do, Roland. Like, that's that.
The point of the matter was that I knew after they put that out a few days later. And this was all of them. It includes B. Scott, the Shade Room, and all this. Because I had a couple. I've had some people say, "Well, they eating them up in the Shade Room comments because the Shade Room lied." Okay, Shade Room wasn't the only one. FYI to a lot of content creators and FYI to a lot of people, Shade Room was not the only one that posted about this. This was on every blog out there. So if y'all want to stay on Shade Room ass, and again, I don't like everything the Shade Room posts and or does, but you can't give flack to just one person. Everybody had this same narrative out there that he had already purchased it. A few days later, I saw on a lot of blogs they were saying they were in negotiations because the price that Paramount and Viacom was asking for, he didn't want to come up with, which was $3 billion.
Right.
They valued it at $3 billion. He said, "No, I'll give you $2 billion." Whatever happened between that, they decided not to go with the deal.
Right.
Okay, let's just reshuffle some of these reality TV shows across the different ones to bring, and then let's do some other stuff. We're not going to do that. Now, I'm not going to think that Tyler didn't call Oprah because Oprah did used to own network.
Mm-hmm.
The key in business is, and if we all know business, you never want to overspend on something that's not really worth it because of the money that you're going to have to put out in order to make money. So it takes money to make money. If
Absolutely.
you're asking 3 billion and it's not worth really 3 billion, and you realizing how much money you're going to have to put into to revive BET, because guess what? BET is dead. That shit is on life support. It's been on that for a long time. He's
Absolutely.
gonna have to put a lot of money into it to make it work. So I can see him saying, "No, it ain't worth me paying you 3 billion for it when it's not really worth that."
Right.
So, and I mean, I'm quite sure he talked to Oprah. Mama Oprah probably told him it ain't no good deal. Remember, she sold own network a long time ago. It's owned by TLC and Discovery. She now owns shares in TLC and Discovery and gave up full control of OWN. So
Which,
you pay chess, not checkers.
yeah,
They don't get to being billionaires and millionaires by not doing what the saltines do. That's what they do. They don't buy it to keep it long term. You buy it enough to keep it to return the revenue to eventually sell it off again.
yeah.
But see, I don't know if Tyler was trying to buy it to keep it forever, or if he was buying it to invest in it and then turn around and flip it. But clearly, he didn't think 3 billion was worth it. Do you think it was worth 3 billion?
Absolutely not. I don't think it was worth 2. I mean, if, but you didn't ask me that.
Hell, I don't even think it's worth 1.
I
To be
apologize.
honest with you,
I don't think
I
that
mean,
either. But again, you
I
didn't
don't.
ask
I
me.
mean, even if you said 1, I mean, that's cute, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't.
really think it's worth that.
I don't think it was worth that either. Um, I think it could be worth that, but it's not worth that right now. So yeah. Um, I mean, at the end of the day, he don't need it. Like he don't need it.
He got his own
He got his
studios. He
own
produces
studios.
his
He got
own
his
shit
own
on his
lot.
own studios.
Like he
He
doing his own.
doesn't need
Like
their
he
Hollywood
don't need that.
studios.
Like to me, it's gonna be a headache. Like he don't need that. Let them finish what they're doing. They done already burned it into the ground. With the craziness that they put on there.
Well,
So
you can people can blame Bob Johnson because Bob Johnson was the one that sold it.
mm,
Bob Johnson owned it. It was black owned when he had it. He sold it. Yes, it went to Viacom, and Viacom, yes, had Deborah Lee up there for all that many years up there on the board, but it hasn't been black owned for a very long time.
right.
So let's like not act like BET is the first thing you clicking on. I remember back in the day with Video Soul and everything else that was on BET, you always wanted to see BET. Now it's just like what they playing reruns of Baby Boy and Tyler Perry movies.
Oh Jesus! This is why I have you, people. This has been an amazing show. This is why we have Schoolboy, because Schoolboy will speak her mind. She's going to tell you what is up there, what is in there, and what some people may not want to come out. Um, No, I think this was really dope. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We had a pretty jam-packed show today. We had a lot of topics we have gone over. It is now 8:16. We are 16 minutes over, but it's all good. We run our own ship, so it's all good. We're good. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you continue to follow us on all social media platforms at Transcending TC. I am on Instagram. I'm authentically James. This is Schoolboy. School underscore boy underscore 2020
2021 on IG,
on IG.
Twitter. It's just Schoolboy is the official Schoolboy on TikTok. I don't told y'all I disconnected the thread, so I ain't got that no more. Uh yeah, but that's everything. That's
Um,
everywhere you can find me.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this has been an amazing time. People, please continue to check for us day by day. One of these days, any day, we are going to be on all platforms. We're going to be on Apple Podcasts. We're going to be on Spotify, and we're going to be on iHeart Music, as well as some other apps, which I will get all of them out there for you guys once we are up and pushing. Everything is looking good. We are elevating. Numbers are looking good. You can always catch our replays on YouTube, of course. It looked real good on that big screen TV. Listen, oh my God, we doing some shit. We really
And
doing.
you can always catch if you don't
I
catch
was like,
the
Schoolboy
replays.
must have did her makeup because she looked real bright right now. Like this is really nice. Like,
The disrespect with the makeup comment, but I'm gonna let you ride. Um, you don't you don't catch the replay on Transcending the Cultures YouTube. You can always catch it on my YouTube, my Twitter. So
absolutely.
anywhere that y'all see me, you can always catch it there. You can catch it on UG Digital. You catch it on anything that James then created. It's all on all of it. We
And
on
listen,
everything.
and listen, I just be wanting to announce shit. Like I'm not gonna go into super detail, but we are putting together a radio platform that is gonna run 5 days a week. Um, it is gonna be a midday type of a platform. So you guys will be able to check us out. Times we are looking at right now are 11 to 3, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are just brainstorming, getting everything together, figuring out exactly what we want to do. But we have a tentative launch date of January 2024. So look for that coming on UGD Radio. That is phase 2 of the UG Digital Podcasting launch that we just did a month ago. So be on the lookout for that because we will be pushing that
James was trying to
platform.
work me. James was trying to work me up.
Listen, we finna work her like a Hebrew, and like just keep watching for that because it is coming, and we are going to be bringing on different hosts to do shows on the platform, but we are going to be hosting
So it's going to be a
along with
sponsored show, y'all.
along with somebody else. We have not figured that piece out yet, but
Yeah. We're looking for a third co-host.
yeah,
We haven't decided that yet. We still
yeah,
in the brainstorming stages, but this will be something that will launch
yeah,
January of next year. So
yeah.
y'all got time
We are
to
going to
get
be the
yourself
first show
together and
on this next
prepared,
week.
and then we have time to kind of get things in place with sponsors and such things like that, and making sure that we have a good product for y'all come
Absolutely,
January. So we
absolutely,
working on a lot of things.
absolutely.
Again, I'm still unemployed,
You
trying
are
to
not.
figure out what's life gonna do for me next. At
I
this
feel
point,
you. I know where you coming from, but look, you work for you now. It's all good. You work for you now, and that's
I work for me. Right now I'm working
you
for
sound
me.
like you sound like I took the job because I ain't had no other one. But
I ain't I ain't I'm still gonna, but I
listen,
appreciate being here with
I
y'all. You know what I'm saying,
absolutely,
and building this with James.
I
I like
absolutely
messing with
need
him
all of
on the
y'all to
daily.
encourage Schoolboy because I'm trying to help Schoolboy understand, and it's a process because it's a
He
process
just
that
trying
I
to get me
actually
out
have
here. He
been
just trying to
through.
get me out here to be an entrepreneur like him. Okay, that's
It's
all
a
it is.
process I have been through, but I do need Schoolboy to understand that this is God working for. This is God working for.
Schoolboy need a wife that
That's okay.
understand what I'm going through right now.
Schoolboy gonna get that wife, and
God bless. Put it
Schoolboy
up
gonna
in the
understand that
atmosphere. Yes,
this is
God.
God working, and I need all of y'all to encourage her. So make sure y'all hit her on Twitter. Make sure y'all hit her on Instagram. Make sure y'all hit her.
You gonna
Okay,
make the people blow me up then. You gonna
you
make the
can't
people
get
blow
her
me up.
on the new one because she got rid
What's
of
the
it.
new one?
The
The
what is it?
threads?
Threads. You
Oh,
can't.
I deactivated. I mean, I can open that back up, but
Well, either way, just get her on Twitter and get her on Instagram.
yeah.
And
See,
please,
see
please,
me
please
on one of
encourage.
them. Give me some encouragement.
Please
Look,
encourage her because she need it. I need her to have it because I need her to understand that she good. God got her. God got her, and we got
he just
y'all.
want me in
We
these streets
appreciate
with
y'all.
him. That's all. He want me in these streets with him.
Listen, thank y'all
Okay.
so much. I ain't looked at these comments. Oh, it's 79 comments in here. I ain't looked at none of these comments. Thank y'all. Thank you, everybody. Uh, listen, Lady No, she'll be going. um,
But other than that, hey, y'all have a wonderful weekend,
absolutely,
wonderful evening. We appreciate y'all coming out and supporting.
absolutely.
And just look for new things that we doing.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. We will catch you guys next week. Oh, also before we head out, if any of you guys get an opportunity, pull up the entertainment plug on YouTube. I did do a special impromptu interview with comedian Shang. If any of you guys are familiar with Def Comedy Jam, and obviously Comic View over the years, and all of the platforms that he has written for. Let's talk about the Jamie Foxx show, and a lot of like, check this interview out. We had a really, really good conversation. He's actually here in Cleveland this weekend, so he's actually performing right now as we speak. He's got another show tonight. Had a show yesterday, and then I believe he's in the Bay Area either tomorrow or Monday or something like that. So if any of you guys are out there, then you guys can catch him. But definitely pull up the Entertainment Plug on YouTube, and you can actually watch the studio interview that I did with him yesterday afternoon. Until next week, like, we love y'all. Peace. Thank you so much for checking us out, and we're gonna be back with y'all. Anything else, schoolboy?
Nope, that's it. Y'all have a good weekend.
All right. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all have a good weekend.